In the era of blitzkrieg tiger tanks and the dawn of the atomic bomb, war had become a clinical, mechanical slaughter. It was a time of long-range artillery and screaming Stuka dive bombers. But amidst the smoke of 1940, a man appeared who seemed to have stepped out of a medieval chronicle. He didn't believe in the cold soul of the machine gun. He believed in the weight of steel and the silent flight of an arrow. His name was John Malcolm Thorpe Fleming Churchill, known to history as Mad Jack, and he was about to prove that even in the most modern war in history, a single man with a legendary Willand, a Scottish broadsword, could strike terror into the heart of the Third Reich. To understand Mad Jack, you have to understand his philosophy. He famously stated, "Any officer who goes into action without his sword is improperly dressed." While other British officers were obsessing over their Enfield rifles and radio codes, Jack was practicing his archery. He was a champion archer who had represented Great Britain in the World Championships just a year before the war broke out. To him, the bow wasn't an antique. It was a silent, lethal tool of psychological warfare. May 1940. The British Expeditionary Force was in a desperate retreat toward the beaches of Dunkirk. The German army was closing the noose. Jack Churchill was second in command of an infantry company. Most men were focused on survival, but Jack was looking for an opportunity. In a small village near Leponet, Jack spotted a German patrol approaching. He didn't give the signal to fire with a whistle or a shout. He climbed into a loft, pulled back his heavy longbow and waited. As the German sergeant rounded the corner, Jack released. The heavy wooden arrow cut through the air in total silence, pinning the German officer to his own men. It remains the only confirmed longbow kill of the entire Second World War. The Germans were paralyzed not by the lethality of the weapon, but by the sheer, terrifying strangeness of it. In a world of gunpowder, they were being hunted by a ghost from the Middle Ages, the commando spirit after Dunkirk. Jack didn't go home to rest. He joined the newly formed commandos, the elite special forces designed for the most dangerous raids in occupied Europe. During the raid on the German garrison at Broadsword, Norway, the scene was pure cinematic madness. As the landing craft ramp dropped, Jack didn't charge out with a submachine gun. He stood at the front, playing the march of the Cameron men on his bagpipes as bullets whizzed past his head. Only when the music finished did he draw his heavy Scottish Claymore and leap into the freezing water, screaming at the top of his lungs. The night of 42 prisoners, but his most incredible feat occurred in Italy, in the town of Pigoletti. Jack was ordered to take a German observation post. Most commanders would have ordered a stealthy approach or an artillery strike. Jack took one corporal with him and disappeared into the darkness. Using only his sword, he moved through the German lines like a shadow. He would find a sentry, press the cold steel of his broadsword against the man's neck, and whisper in his ear. One by one, he captured them. By the end of the night, Jack Churchill and a single companion marched back to the British lines with 42 German prisoners in tow. All surrendered to a man with a sword. When asked how he did it, Jack simply said, "I maintain that as long as you tell a German loudly and clearly what to do, if you are senior to him, he will cry Jawohl and get on with it." Capture and escape, even legends are eventually outmatched. In 1944, during a mission in Yugoslavia, Jack was the last man standing on an island after his entire unit was killed or wounded by mortar fire. The Germans found him playing Will the No Come Back Again on his pipes as they closed in. He was captured and sent to Sachsenhausen concentration camp. But you couldn't keep Mad Jack in a cage. He escaped by crawling under a wire fence and attempted to walk all the way to the Baltic coast. He was recaptured, sent to another camp in Italy, and escaped again when the power went out. He walked 150 miles through the Alps, surviving on stolen vegetables, until he found an American armored unit. The end of the war, when the war in Europe ended, Jack was disappointed. He was sent to Burma to fight the Japanese, but the atomic bombs were dropped before he could get into the action. His reaction was classic Mad Jack. "If it wasn't for those damn Yanks, we could have kept the war going another 10 years. Conclusion: Jack Churchill lived until 1996, a man who survived a war that claimed 60 million lives while carrying weapons from a different era. He proved that technology is nothing without the spirit of the individual. He wasn't mad because he was crazy. He was mad because he refused to let the modern world dictate how he should fight, live or die. He remains a reminder that sometimes, to survive the future, you have to carry a piece of the past with you.